Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lala Zone. I am your host, Demon. I'm an idiot. I've been talking for 10 minutes with the friggin' mic muted because I have no brain in my head. I'm old. I need senility meds and a nap. And, well, listen, some wings wouldn't go amiss. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everyone wins their 50-50 because losing 50-50s blows, man. It sucks. But I kind of wanted to talk about some of the things I'd really love to see either changed or maybe added to Wuthering Waves. I'm not sure which, but look, don't get me wrong. All right. I love the game. However, there are a few things I'd like to see done differently. And that's kind of what love for something is, right? You want to see it improve. You want to see it get better. Well, talking about these things helps it get better. Or at least makes us feel better for the shit that can't be fixed. But it's mostly to remove frustrations that we've all faced from time to time. Especially if you're a longtime player like myself. I've been playing since 1.0. Yin Lin Banner represent. WuWa. But no, this is not a list. This is not it's just basically bullet points of me talking. And no subject has any more weight than the other. Right? So right away, I'm going balls deep. I'm going right into it, right? Because I think it's got to be mentioned. And that's the constant time gating on most of these patch events. Since we're on 2.1, Simulacra just dropped, the Tactical Simulacra 3. Well, I'll use that as an example because the reality of it is, the event is super fun. I have a lot of fun with it. I also like the alloy smelt. I wish they'd bring that back. But one of the things I can't stand is having to wait to have fun, right? And what ends up happening is you get the stage done or the phase done, and then you get to wait till tomorrow because it's time gated, it's locked. And that's super frustrating because it's like you want to, it's like somebody holding your favorite food in front of you and then going, no, you can't have that. And to make sure you can't have that, we're going to put it in a sealed box of, bulletproof plexiglass that you can see the object, you can see the food, but you ain't going to eat it because you can't get to it. You see what happens, you greedy bastard? Now you see what you've done? Now you have to just stare at this food. But, and I know a lot of people are going to say, well, it's live service, or, my favorite is a gotcha game. It seems to be a running excuse for all things gotcha. And it just doesn't work because other than halting character progression, there's literally no reason why we shouldn't be allowed, or at least to do these events as fast or as slow as we want, right? If we want to burn through the entire thing in one shot, we should be able to do that. If we want to exercise a bit of restraint, do it maybe daily, like it is now. That should be something at our disposal as well. There's already plenty of time gating in soft locks in Wuthering Waves with wave plates and all that other stuff. We don't need any more. And realistically, all it really does is leave us players frustrated, annoyed, and wanting more, but in the negative connotation of that. And some people will get tired of it and they'll walk away. They'll go find something else to do. So in my opinion, time gates, they need to go. If they don't, now for a while there, they had removed them and you could just, it was dependent on, did you beat this level? Like Pincer Maneuver Warriors was like that. It's like, if you beat the last level, you can beat this, you can play this level. It's all level dependent. So moving on. The next one is kind of a sore spot or, hot take, hot button topic, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people talk about it. The Echo Substat RMG. Listen, out of all the things in Wuthering Waves, this has to be the most wasteful and annoying part of the entire game. I brought this up in a previous video, but I ended up deleting the channel to keep everything under one umbrella. So that way there, if I quit Wuthering Waves or it goes EOS, heaven forbid, I still have a channel I can pivot with because it's not just Wuthering Waves content. But back on topic anyway. Ryuku Sensei and others have actually brought this up on several occasions and have gotten all kinds of heat for this. And I really don't understand why. I don't know whether, it's just copium or hopium or whatever, but look, man, whether you want to admit it or not, the RNG substat system in WuWa is broken in a bad way. It's completely indefensible in my opinion. Anyone who says you're doing it wrong, or my personal favorite, roll better, they need to take dementia pills, really. Seriously, roll better? What the hell's that even mean? Like, you're rolling against luck. Hence the term roll, like a dice roll, Are you not processing that? It means a random chance. There's no friggin' skill to that, no matter how much copium you're huffing, period. For those very few uninitiated, RNG stands for random number generator. That means you click a button, the engine vomits forth the number, and that's what you get, period. Now the whole, you're doing it wrong, that refers more to resource management. I can see their points to a degree. Things like, well, roll to level 15. If you don't get crit rate, pitch it, move on. Or just roll each one to level 10. If you fail, pitch it, move on. None of this matters because no matter what you do, the mechanic is designed to be a net loss to your tubes, echoes, tuners, and shell credits. But most of all, your time. And that's the big thing. Of all those, the two you never get back are shell credits from deleting echoes and time. Last time I checked, the clock don't tick backwards. If I spend weeks farming both tubes and the echoes to use them on, I blow through it in literal minutes. While still not having enough to put one decent set together, then the system needs work. It's undisputable. I'm not saying it needs to be removed. What I am saying is there's about 10 better ways to do it that could significantly improve the experience overall for everyone. All right? That's it. Moving on. Done and dusted. It's indefensible. No matter how you look at it, quote unquote, objectively or subjectively, it doesn't matter. All right? Do the research. One thing that I find completely and totally wasteful is the fact that holograms in some of the shops don't reset. I'm not 100% sure about Bouton de Rose, Gondola shop in Riccioli Islands. For me, the materials like the echo tubes and one other thing, I can't remember what it is, but the echo tube, the energy tubes, the energy for leveling up weapons. So all three of those, resonator, potion, they're all sold out and have been sold out. So let me know if yours reset properly. Maybe it's just a glitch with my game. I don't know. But mostly I'm talking about the holos. So the holos, once you beat the holograms, that's it. They're done. You get as far as you can with them, or you max them out, beat all 6 levels. That's it. You're done. They sit there. They take precious space. They take processing power in the game to render, and to render the code as well. And listen, this applies to people with phones the most. Think of how much information each of those holos have ingrained into them, built into them. Then imagine the space you'd get back if they weren't there collecting dust, right? Taking up valuable resources that your phone may or may not have. Lots of people have been begging Kuro to have them on a reset schedule, similar to the tower. And to be quite honest with you, they've got a gold mine with the hollows. It's pretty much end game content right there waiting, and all they would have to do is make them resettable. Put them on a reset schedule, maybe once per patch or once per banner, doesn't matter. You get 120 astrites from level 1 to 6. They could cut that in half, just the astrite rewards, cut that in half for each of the hollows, right? Or instances anyway, and they could maybe increase the other rewards to make it worthwhile, so it's something that you want to do with the new update. It's just, to me, them just sitting there, it's completely and totally inefficient. And, you know, as far as the shops go, listen, we get those premium orders that we can fulfill, and we get abyssal coral. I think it's 300 of them. But what's the point of accruing or building abyssal coral to spend in the shop if it's not resetting the things that we really want, right? It makes no sense. What's the point of continuing, is my point. Because it's the only shop that I know of anyway that uses those corals. There could be others. If there are others, please let me know so I can, burn through some of my corals, because I got like 3,000 of them. So the last one is weekly boss drop rates and the limitations for fighting them. Now, before I say anything, I will clarify. I know why they do it. All right. It's patently obvious. Unlike anything else in the game, the weekly bosses are the only things whales can't buy their way into, right? They can buy Lunites to convert them to astrites to then convert to wave plates, but they can't buy weeklies because it's all time-based. That's the way it is. But what about the rest of us? What about the free-to-plays? What about the light spenders? We're squatting on every last astrite we can get our greasy gamer mitts on for pulls. Am I right? In a way, we're kind of being punished for the whales and other people's laziness to play the actual game. They just want to buy their way into power so they could do... And why? What's the point? If you're not playing the game, why are you blowing hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on your characters? It makes no sense to me. It's not cool for the rest of us. I think they should drop the lower and upper drop rates, because there are percentages to this. Like, you can get anywhere from, I believe, 2 to 5. Most of the time I get between 3 and 4. But just remove those. Have it a static 5 mats across the board for each instance, and allow us to fight them maybe 4 times per week, because 4 times would be our daily wave plate consumption. And at 5 mats, that's a total of 20, which is enough to max a unit's 3 middle talent circuits. Hopefully this crap makes sense. The 2, was it intro and normal or basic attack? Usually people will take those to level 5, and then they'll do the 2 nodes above to max it out. But they're not going to spend resources on those because they're not really all that useful. Basic attack with some characters is very useful, but most of the time intro, you get it to 5, it'll do what it needs to do. So anyways, that's about all I got for now. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful or condescending in any way. I mean, some of it, yeah, with your BS excuses, just stop. Okay? I'm not bashing on Wuthering Waves either. I love the game. I'm just bringing up issues I've experienced in the game. And listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Those of you who are saying, stop crying, there's nothing wrong with being unhappy with something and voicing our opinions about it. That's how we get it fixed. That's why Kuro provides us with a monthly survey in the first place. Please remember that. And when you decide to comment and add your 2 pennies to the pot. Because, yeah. Anyways, with that said, that's it for now. Until the next time, y'all take care, stay safe, and I'll see you on the flip side. Demon is out.